Assalamualaikum ladies, today I'm going to show you how you may tie a sari hijabified. So in this video you're going to see my mummy dearest tie a sari on me in such a way as to provide lots and lots of coverage. So you're going to need the following things. Obviously a sari. You're also going to need a petticoat. Now this is what you see me wearing right at the beginning. And the petticoat is basically like a skirt. And if you want to get lots of coverage so that your stomach isn't exposed, you want a petticoat that's quite long for you so that you're able to tie it as high as possible whilst covering the stomach and so that it's long enough to either touch the floor or just be an inch or two above the floor. The other thing you're going to need is a sari blouse. So if you get your sari blouse tailored and you find that you've either got enough material as part of the sari set itself, or if you go and buy some material separately, make sure that you get the sleeves of the blouse tailored to a full length size if possible. Also try to make sure that the neck is as high as possible and that the blouse length itself is as long as possible. That way you don't need to wear the petticoat as high as you would do if you were to wear a shorter blouse like this. My blouse has not been tailored specifically for hijabi attire, so it's not only got short sleeves, it's also a shorter blouse as well, hence my wearing the petticoat higher. And what you want is for the blouse and the petticoat to overlap ever so slightly, and then you're going to pin that overlap together so that you have continuous fabric coverage under the sari, both at the front and at the back. Like I said, my blouse was not hijabi friendly, so I'm wearing one-piece sleeves inside, which are from Pearl Daisy. Really comfortable to wear. You may wear sleeves inside. If you want to wear a very thin top inside as well, you can do that. The place you want the most amount of security in your ensemble is where the petticoat meets the sari. So where you tuck in the sari on the petticoat, you want to add plenty of pins so that the sari doesn't slip out. Usually if you're wearing a sari that's made of chiffon like I am, then you find that the material slips a little. By the same token, you've got to be careful when you wear it, because you have pins in there and it's chiffon material, it can tear easily as well, so you've got to be really careful. I've got to be extra super duper careful because this is actually a sari that belonged to my grandmother who passed away about a year and a half ago. That means a lot to me to be able to wear her sari. It's over 50 years old, I believe. So it's a very old classic piece, and I love old classic things anyway. I just find the classical eras really beautiful, so I love this sari. I'm going to let you guys watch the tutorial now. I hope you guys find it useful, inshallah. If you've got any tips that you want to share with us on how to hijabify a sari or how to wear it with the most amount of coverage, or just any extra tips on how to keep it extra secure, anything like that, please feel free to share it in the comments below. If you give this a shot as well, let me know, and let me know how you get on with it, and I'll let you get on and watch the tutorial now. Hope you enjoyed. Toodles. Okay, so you're going to start by tucking in the sari on one side of the petticoat. My mum's done that, and then she's gathering the rest of the sari before she takes it around, just so it doesn't pull and snag. So now she's taking the sari around, and as she's doing so, what she's doing is tucking the top of the sari into the petticoat and making sure that it's tucked in quite firmly. The last thing you want is for it to slip out. However, we're not going to pin anything down just yet. That'll happen nearer the end when we know how the sari is going to be arranged exactly. So once you've brought the sari around once, start to pleat the sari back and forth. Now the width of the pleats will depend on how big you are and how big your sari is. What you do want to make sure is that you have enough sari left over on the end to drape over your shoulder. So now make sure that the pleats are held together neatly. And then tuck in the excess sari piece into the petticoat. That's just so that it's held out of the way. Now you want to pin the pleats together. We're using two safety pins, one on either end of the pleat. It's just a very small, thin safety pin. Arrange the pleats midway down and make sure that they're sitting neatly. If you want, at this point, you can actually just put another safety pin through the pleats if you want to hold them more securely in place. I decided not to though. Okay, now we're bringing the rest of the sari around and draping it over the shoulder. Then we're going to pin the border of the sari that's been brought around onto the shoulder through the sari itself and also my blouse. Again, we're using a small thin safety pin for that. With the rest of the material, we are creating more pleats. These are wider. and Mum arranged it in such a way that the border was then showing as the final pleat. Pleats are definitely a tricky business, so she is going back and just making sure that they're all held together firmly, and also that they are of an approximate equal width as well, just because it looks better, and you don't want pleat bits kind of sticking out of the edge. And now to hold all the pleats together onto my shoulder, we are using a larger safety pin to pin through the pleats and also my blouse, and we're pinning from the inside so that the safety pin is concealed. Okay, next ladies, you're going to use 2 as large as you can find safety pins, and you want to pin in 2 places. The first is through the pleats that you initially created. So the pleats that were folded into the petticoat, you want to pin through those and through the petticoat itself. The other place that you want to pin is where your petticoat meets your blouse. So where it overlaps ever so slightly, pin there. You can pin as many times as you want, really. I pinned it once, but if you feel like it's going to keep slipping about, or if you feel like you'll feel more secure with more pins there, then by all means use more pins. Now with the sari that was draped over the shoulder, I really like to pin it into place. This also helps to cover up the stomach as well. So we're pinning it just under both arms using small safety pins. And that's it! Wasn't that a piece of cake? No way. That's why I always use my mum to tie my sari. So this is the final look, ladies. I hope that you like it. I also posted up a preview picture of the look on Instagram. So if you're on there, then remember to add me. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I shall catch you really soon, inshallah. Take care. Toodles!